Did you know thousands of Americans replace their car's clutch every year without actually needing to? That's right, folks. They're throwing away money that could fill up their gas tank for months. All because they don't know a little secret that fits inside a wrench in 5 minutes of your time. Stick with me to the end, because I'm going to show you exactly how to adjust your clutch cable at home without paying a mechanic, without any technical training, and without any fluff. And if you stay until the end of the video, I've got a bonus tip that most shade tree mechanics and corner shops will never tell you. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now. It's free and you'll save yourself a ton of cash throughout the year. Hit the bell too, so you don't miss anything. Let's start from the beginning, because this is the kind of topic everyone thinks is complicated, but is actually super simple once you understand the logic. A cable clutch is a purely mechanical system. No electronics, no computer, no drama. It's basically a steel wire connected between your clutch pedal and the disengagement mechanism on the transmission. When you press the pedal, the cable pulls, the clutch disc releases, and the engine stops sending power to the wheels. When you let off the pedal, the cable relaxes, the disc re-engages, and the car moves. Simple as that. The problem is that cable has slack, and that slack changes over time because of natural wear on the disc and the cable itself. That's when the headaches start for American drivers. Now, to know if this applies to your car, pay attention. A lot of popular economy cars sold in the US over the past few decades use this type of cable clutch. Older models like the Chevy Cavalier, the Geo Metro, the Saturn SL, older Honda, Civics, and plenty of other compact imports and domestics from the 90s and early 2000s. If you're driving one of those or using one for work, this video was made for you. Other cars use this system too, so if you're not sure whether yours is cable or hydraulic, pop the hood. If you see a small fluid reservoir specifically for the clutch, usually near the brake master cylinder, yours is hydraulic. If there's no reservoir for the clutch, it's very likely cable operated, and what I'm about to teach you will work perfectly. Let me tell you a quick story so you understand why this matters. A buddy of mine, a rideshare driver out of Atlanta, spent 3 weeks complaining that the clutch on his old Civic was shot, that the car was stuttering, that he needed to replace everything. He went to a shop, was told he needed a full clutch kit, parts and labor running somewhere between $600 to $1,000, depending on who you ask. He spent a week scraping the money together. Then a co-worker of his, a weekend wrench turner, came over, reached under the dash, turned a small nut for 2 minutes, and that was it. The clutch worked perfectly again. $600 saved. And you know what the actual diagnosis was? Cable out of adjustment. That's it. This happens because as you drive, the clutch disc wears down gradually, and that where it changes the ideal pedal position. Without adjustment, the pedal starts sitting too high, the engagement point creeps way up, and the driver has to nearly lift their whole foot off the pedal before the car responds. It's tiring, annoying, and makes the clutch feel like it's on its last legs when it actually still has plenty of life left. Adjusting the cable fixes all of this without spending a dime. Before you get your hands on the car, you need very little. A wrench or pliers to loosen the lock nut on the adjuster, something to prop up the clutch pedal, a soup can, a sturdy plastic bottle, a block of wood, whatever keeps the pedal raised while you work. And patience, because the adjustment is done by feel and test, not by a fixed number of turns. Every car has its own sweet spot. Now here's the practical part, and I want you to follow each step carefully because the sequence matters. First, pop the hood with a cold engine if possible. Not because it's dangerous, with a warm engine, but just because it's more comfortable to work that way. Look toward the transmission on the engine side, and you'll find the clutch cable. It looks like a thick steel wire with a rubber or plastic housing around it, where it connects to the clutch actuating mechanism. You'll find the adjustment nut. It's a standard metal nut with a lock next to it, usually a jam nut or a small metal clip, before you touch anything under the hood. Go inside the car and place your prop under the clutch pedal. The goal is to keep the pedal raised in the highest position possible, simulating the rest position with the correct slack already accounted for. This step is critical. Without the pedal propped, you'll be adjusting blind, and the result won't be accurate. With the pedal propped inside, head back to the engine bay. Now remove the lock from the adjustment nut, depending on your car's model. That lock could be a clip you pull off by hand or a jam nut you loosen with a wrench. Keep that lock somewhere. Safe. It's small and easy to lose in a garage, let alone under a hood. With the lock off, the adjustment nut will spin freely. Here's the logic you need to memorize. Tightening the nut means pulling the cable tighter, which raises the clutch engagement point. The pedal will need to travel further before the car responds. Loosening the nut means giving the cable more slack, which lowers the engagement point. The pedal responds sooner with less travel. For a car where the pedal's too high and you have to nearly lift your foot completely before it engages, you need to loosen the knot to add slack. For a car that grabs too quickly and stalls easily, you need to tighten it a bit. Adjust in small increments. Never go more than 2 or 3 turns at a time. One turn, close the hood, take out the prop, get in and test it, drive a few feet, feel where the engagement point is, check if it improved. If you need more, repeat the process. Clutch cable adjustment isn't a one-shot deal. It's a fine-tuning process that might take 3 or 4 test cycles before you land on the sweet spot for your preference and the current state of your disc. Let me pause here for a second because there's a detail a lot of people overlook that might make you think the adjustment didn't work when it actually did. There's a limit to how much adjustment can compensate. If your clutch disc is severely worn, say less than about 1/16 of an inch of friction material left, the cable will hit its adjustment limit and the pedal will still feel off, or the car will still slip. That's not a failed adjustment. That means the disc genuinely needs to be replaced, and no cable adjustment in the world substitutes for new parts. You can tell a disc is at its limit because the car will lag getting up to speed even with the engine revved, like the clutch is slipping. If that's the case, then yes, it's time to head to a shop for a full clutch kit. But if your car just had a weird pedal feel, that sense that the engagement point crept too high or dropped too low, without that slipping I just described, chances are very good that an adjustment fixes everything. And it can delay a full clutch replacement by months or even over a year, depending on how much you drive, now that you're well into the process. Go ahead and smash that like button if you're finding this useful, and drop a comment down below telling me what car you drive and if you've ever dealt with a clutch problem. I love reading your comments, and I get back to you whenever I can. While we're in the middle of this, let me add something that ties everything together. After you've made the adjustment and found the ideal point, don't forget to put the lock back on the adjustment nut. That lock is there for a very simple reason. The engine vibrates, the car shakes, and without the lock, the nut can gradually work itself loose over time due to those vibrations, undoing all the work you just did. It's like tightening a bolt and forgetting the lock washer. Please don't skip this. It's a real risk of slowly losing your clutch function while driving. There's one more thing worth mentioning that separates people who actually know cars from those who just guess. Cable clutch adjustment doesn't replace overall preventive maintenance of the system. The cable itself has a lifespan. Over time, individual wires inside the cable start to fray, and eventually the whole cable snaps. A new cable runs anywhere from $20 to $60 depending on your car's make and model, and it's easy to install. If your cable has more than 100,000 miles on it, or you notice it doesn't slide smoothly, consider swapping it out along with the adjustment. That's a small cost compared to the nightmare of having your cable snap in rush hour traffic on I-285 on a Friday afternoon. One more quick point worth mentioning. The cable clutch system needs occasional lubrication. Over time, the cable dries out inside its housing and starts to create resistance, making the pedal feel heavier. A drop of penetrating lubricant at the end of the cable, letting it work its way down inside the housing, takes care of this and keeps the pedal light. You don't need to do this every month, but if the pedal has noticeably gotten stiffer for no apparent reason, that could be why. Now, I want to say something important for those of you still thinking about taking it to a shop anyway. Know the difference between a trustworthy mechanic and one who sells you what you don't need. An honest mechanic will check the cable adjustment before quoting you a clutch kit. If he skips that and comes straight to you with a parts estimate without mentioning adjustment, that's a yellow flag. I'm not saying every mechanic is crooked. I'm saying you should be an informed customer. With what you've learned here today, you've got the knowledge to ask the right questions, to find out if adjustment was checked, and to push back on unnecessary work. That's real empowerment for the American driver. who every month has to balance expensive gas, car payments, insurance, registration fees, and still keep the car running. Every dollar saved matters. Now let me give you the bonus tip I promised at the start, the one most corner shops won't mention. When you prop up the pedal for the adjustment, where you place the prop matters. A lot of people grab whatever's handy without thinking. But ideally, the prop should hold the pedal in the highest position possible, close to the natural resting position of the pedal with the spring in its correct state. If you prop it with something too small, the pedal ends up in a mid position and the adjustment becomes imprecise. Use something that gets close to the actual rest position of the pedal. The height naturally sits when nobody's pressing on it. This ensures the slack you're adjusting is the real working slack of the system, not an artificial gap created by an inadequate prop. Double bonus tip, while I'm here, if you notice your clutch smells like it's burning after long hill climbs or heavy stop-and-go traffic, that's not an adjustment problem. That's a sign you're riding the clutch too long in a half-engaged position. That's a driving technique issue, not a mechanical one. Learn to use the parking brake on hills instead of holding the car in a half-clutch position, and you'll get a lot more life out of your disc. We've reached the end, and I want you to walk away with 3 things in your head. First, cable clutch adjustment is simple, cheap, and can save you hundreds of dollars. Second, there are limits to what adjustment can fix, so learn to recognize when there's actual disc wear. Third, be an informed driver. Because in America, cars are expensive to maintain and knowledge is the best tool you've got. If this video helped you in any way, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and drop a comment sharing your clutch story or your car maintenance experience in general. Your comments are what keep this channel going and motivate me to keep bringing you honest, practical content every week. Share it too with that friend who's been complaining about their clutch and thinking about dropping money they don't need to spend. Until next, Chimmy, take care of your car and your wallet.